So we're going to multiply mixed fractions. Okay. All right. So let's see what we get here. Now, I'm going to go with fraction 25 and 1/2 times 4 and 2/3. Okay, get my calculator ready. We're going to need to use that. All right. So let's see what we got here. The first thing we want to do is change this mixed number to an improper fraction. So 25 times 2 is 50. 50 plus 1 is 51. So that means we end up with 51 over 2 times, here we go here, we have 4 times 3. We put that 3 there. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 plus 2 is 14. So that's 14. All right. So we have 51 over 2 times 14 over 3. Now, I'm going to draw an arrow, and we're going to multiply the numerators. We got 51 times 14 over 2 times 3. Okay, looking pretty good. And we're going to go ahead and multiply. 2 times 3 is 6. And we need to multiply 51 times 14, so we'll do that. Long multiplication over here. 51 times 14. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 5 is 20. So we have 204. Put your place value right there, or your placeholder for 0. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 5 is 5. Draw our line and add. 4 plus 0 is 4. 0 plus 1 is 1. And 5 plus 2 is 7. So we get 714 over 6. All right? So that means that this is an acceptable answer if your teacher allowed you to give your answer as an improper fraction. But what if your teacher wanted you to give the answer as a mixed number? Then we'd have to do some long division. So I'm going to do long division in a different color. And we'll just have, there we go, 714. 6 cannot go into 7, but 6 can go into 70. 6 times 7 is 42, so we got to go a little higher. About 6 times 11, that's 66. 6 times 12, 72, that's too much. So let's, 6 can go into 7 one time. 6 times 1 is 6. We can do that. So then subtract, we get 1 and 1. Right? Bring down that 1 there. 6 goes into 11. How many times? 1 time. Right? 6 times 1 is 6. Subtract. 11 minus 6 is 5. Bring down the 4. Running out of space here. 6 times, 6 times what will give me 54? 9. Right? 6 times 9 is 54. So then I would have 54 minus 54, 0, right? And that. So either we can stop short of 714 divided by 6, or we can stop with 119. Let's check that again one more time. 6 goes into 7 one time. 6 times 1 is 6. Draw the line, subtract. 7 minus 6 is 1. Bring down the 1. 6 goes into 11 one time. 6 times 1 is 6. Subtract. 11 minus 6 is 5. Bring down the 4. I'll draw that arrow. And then 6 goes into 54 how many times? 9. 9 times 6 is 54 over here, and then 0. So there you go. Either one of these are acceptable answers to the original problem, 25 1/2 times 4 2/3. Very good. A lot of steps, but it was a good problem. Let's deal with plotting or graphing a fraction on the number line. How do you do that? How do you graph a fraction on a number line? Looks kind of funny there. Fix that E. All right, we're going to show how to graph a fraction on a number line. So this is the fraction we want to graph, okay? We want to graph 2 1/3. So I'm going to draw that number line. Okay. I'm going to identify 0 over here because this is a positive number, not a negative number. And first I'm going to write the whole numbers and equally spaced apart. Say 1, 2, 3. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And then what I want to do, because I'm dealing with thirds, I want to create hash marks that create thirds in between each of the whole numbers. Okay? So let's see here. Choose a different color to make that clear. All right, so let's go with 1, 2, 3. Let me show you that. 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, which equals 1. So I'm going to do the same thing here. 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. All right. Or in what we can also interpret this as 1 1/3, 1 2/3, 1 3/3, which is 2. So let's say it that way. Then 2 1/3, 2 2/3. It's not equally spaced, but I think you get the point there. I guess I can just bring that over some. There we go. So we have 2 1/3, 2 2/3, 2 3/3, which is 3. So let's find out where to plot 2 1/3. So we know we start out with 2, and 2 1/3 is right there. So there it is. That's a funny looking color there. I guess I'll just make that black. There we go, to imply. And I am going to write the fact that this is 2 1/3. So this is 2 right here and 1/3. And that is how you plot or graph a fraction on a number line. So the first thing you do is you draw your number line. You figure out how many whole numbers you're going to have. You're going to have at least 2, so I did 1, 2, 3. Look at the fraction in the denominator, the value. I'm dealing with thirds, so I had to create hash marks to create thirds. 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, which equals 1, and you do the same thing. All right, that's what we're doing, is we're scaling the number line, and then you plot or graph that fraction. Very good.